Have a seat. Man, that was some energy.
Perfect. Yeah.
We can't miss.
Well, we're getting excited.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
gosh, really a lot of energy out there, and that's sort of what the whole album is sort of about. There's a great vibe to it. I know some great things happening in your life recently, and it's sort of captured in the album. Maybe you can take us through the last 6 months to a year, and what's happening for you that we hear on the album. And wait, don't move. You gotta. Don't move. Okay, we'll get that out. I don't know what it was.
Do you know how long it took me to weave that into my hair?
I'm sorry. Oh, jeez. It didn't look so planned. I'm sorry. Let me get it. No. But tell us about your life and the happiness that comes out in the album. It's so obvious. It's a great, fun blast of an album.
Well, I'm digging California. Moved to California, and bought a house, got a dog. I'm in love, and I fell in love with music again, which is a great thing because I guess I've been kind of going at it for about 15 years straight and just kind of slowed down a bit.
Right. Running the treadmill.
Running the treadmill, yeah. Got off it and fell in love again with my music and, just got re-inspired, found that Invincible Summer in my soul.
That's a great thing to find. I mean, I relate to the album. I think all of us do that listen to it. There's so many the summer flings and hanging out at the beach. I mean, did you do a lot of writing really at the beach? Or?
Yeah, actually, didn't we, David? We met at the beach over by the office, we called it.
The beach was the office?
Yeah.
What a life you got.
It was a good excuse. And we'd meet at the office and work on the tunes.
Now, I know it's been a while since you've been on the road, and that's coming up next week. You're going to hit the road again. How do you feel about hitting the road?
Excited. I think we're all feeling pretty good. We've been rehearsing our tukuses off for the last couple of weeks, and we feel pretty ready, although, you're never quite ready, but... I think we're all digging each other, and
still nobody choking each other yet, right? I mean, is the road? Is it a grueling thing, or is it a lot of fun, or is it a little of both? Or
it's pretty physically taxing, but when you get up there on that stage and you have, however, an hour and a half or whatever, that it really makes sense of the rest of whatever you're doing. Even making records, really, it's if you're not in your full glory on stage, you probably shouldn't be in the business. So it feels pretty good up there.
Great. Okay, this is, as you know, an interactive show for your fans.
Yeah.
So what do you say we go to the phones,
interact.
take a phone call? Let's do it. All right, we're going to take a phone call. Our first phone call is Nicole LeBlanc from New Rochelle, New York. Nicole, you're on with Katie Lang. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
I'm looking at the speaker. Hi, Nicole. I guess that camera right there, huh?
Yeah, that's the one right there. Go ahead, Nicole. This is your show.
Invincible Summer the day after it came out, and I've been listening to it like nonstop. It's the best CD, and it's had like a major impact on me. And I was just wondering what you hope to accomplish amongst your fans with your new CD, and what message you want to bring across.
I want them to fall hopelessly in love with me.
I think she's accomplished that in 5 minutes here tonight for sure, right?
I really want people just to feel like when they listen to it, like a 42-minute vacation, and I really want them to feel my legitimate happiness, and hopefully they can tap into that.
Definitely rubs off. I mean, speaking for myself, anyway. So
yeah.
Let's take another phone call. Thanks, Nicole, for the call. Let's go to Jeannie Broussard, who's calling from Bellingham in the state of Washington.
Bellingham.
Yeah, Jeannie, you're up for Katie Lang.
Hi. Each of your CD. What now?
Pardon me?
I didn't hear you.
I said you're up. It's your show. Take it.
Right.
Yeah.
Each of your CDs has a distinctly different direction. What contributes to your being music's most talented, creative nomad?
I'm a total schizophrenic. I can't decide which personality I want to make records from. No, really, I really am very musically promiscuous. I fall in love with a record or a sound or an idea, and I just kind of follow it and go ahead and make records in whichever direction I choose. I think in the classic style of vocalists, like Ray Charles or Ella or Peggy Lee, they would make a Latin record and then a blues record and then a pop record and then, a classic record. So to me, as a vocalist, it's your complete liberty to do whatever genre you want to do.
So you sort of, let the music move you rather than the other way around.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take another phone call. This is Meg Stone. She's in Costa Mesa, California. Meg, you're up with Katie Lang. Go ahead.
Hi, Katie.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm excellent.
Well, my question was, I had recently seen some of your paintings.
You did not.
Yeah.
And I noticed how closely our paintings resemble each other, and I wanted to know what your inspiration to paint.
You poor thing.
And how long you've been painting for?
I've been painting for about 20 years.
Wow.
About 20 years. But you can see I haven't made much progress. Where did you see my paintings?
Online.
Really?
Yeah. I was watching,
Scary.
I guess it was like a special presentation of, like, when you had put out your new album and you were talking about your album and your band and everything.
Oh, okay. All
yeah.
Right. Yeah, they were in the background.
Mhm.
Are these paintings we can see somewhere?
No,
or what?
no. Let's stop
Ever?
talking about my paintings.
Ever? Come on, tell us more about the paintings.
You know what?
We
No,
wanna
my
know.
paintings for me, I always paint in two specific times in my life. When I'm writing lyrics, I paint a lot. And when I come off the road, I paint again. And I paint, somehow it opens up a window into what I'm feeling, and even the colors and the shapes and the themes of my paintings, and somehow translate into my lyrics. Because
Wow.
And I paint when I write, because I'm not, I think it's kind of ominous when you're staring at an empty white paper, and when I'm painting, you kind of are keeping the creative flow happening, but it's not quite so stiff as to just stand in front of a blank paper.
Does your creativity like come in spurts? You paint and write at more times than at others, or?
I only write when I have to make a record. Other than that, I don't like writing. It's too hard.
When you have to make a record, I mean, I think you probably call the shots by now about when you make records, right?
Yeah, I do. I always have, actually. I've had a great record company, and they've been very supportive of my quirky ways.
Right. I tell you what, we're going to keep the interactive thing going. Let's take some email questions that have come in through the weeks. I'm just going to read this one.
Oh, okay.
This is from Catherine McElroy. She's from your neck of the woods, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And she says, extraordinary thing just sticks in my head and plays on a continuous loop. It's marvelous. It has a very Beatles-esque texture to it. That one guitar hook is so George Harrison. Did the Beatles influence you here?
Well, let's talk to the writer, shall we?
Yeah, sure. You want to go back?
Were you totally trying to cop the Beatles, Abe, or what, man?
Not copying, but definitely influenced by. That was what I was listening to when I was young. And being a frustrated guitar player, I guess that's what I grasped for first.
Right.
That's terrific.
So, yes,
There's the answer.
Beatles have influenced us.
Which I wanted to ask you, too, because there are a lot of influences on this album. I know you're a big Roy Orbison fan, and I actually thought I heard some Henry Mancini-type horns and suddenly,
Henry Mancini,
that sort of
Percy
thing.
Faith.
What are some of the other influences on the album?
On the record, sort of Brazilian, Mamas and the Papas, Backrack.
Yeah, definitely here's some Backrack.
Mancini, definitely.
Beach Boys, you say that one?
Comida,
Okay.
Swedish band Swedish band from Sweden.
I'm going like, yeah. Okay. All right, let's get another email question for you. As an aspiring songwriter-musician, I am constantly inspired by brilliant talent such as yours. Where do you look for inspiration when writing music? That's from Amy Mills, Montgomery, Alabama.
Ooh, well, generally, love is my topic. I like to write about love, and then I find new themes that I, sort of use metaphorically. So, I guess just life. Life is sort of the thing that I like to write about the most, life and love.
Okay. Another email question for you. This is from Karen Ferris in Essendon, Victoria, Australia.
All right. I was just there.
Were you?
Yeah.
All right. Of all the changes you've made in musical direction, which has been the most rewarding and the most challenging? Because she says challenges and rewards are not always the same thing. Best of luck, from Karen Ferris.
Ooh, Karen.
Challenging and rewarding.
Challenging me right now.
This question could be the most challenging thing.
They've all been challenging in their own way, because at the level I'm at when I make a record, I'm challenged the most at that particular time. So, I'm probably putting out my best that I'm able to do at that time. So I would have to say that it's all relative. It's
right.
They're all challenges, and in the evolution of becoming a vocalist, I mean, it's a lifelong process. So.
What do the Grammys mean to you? That must be pretty rewarding to be selected by peers that way, right?
Yeah, Grammys are great.
That would be one of the rewarding things. So how much did Constant Craving change things for you when you won that?
Well, it was fantastic. I mean, there is nothing in the world like touring a hit record. It's the best feeling in the world when you're walking on stage and people know the songs and they're excited to hear their favorite song, and you hear yourself on the radio. It's a fantastic feeling. Not that I've had it a lot, but it's a great feeling. And what was the question?
That was it. You did great. That's the answer. Let's go back to the phones. How's that?
Grammys are our friends.
We've got a long-distance call here. Michelle